Greetings once again, 3rd Brigade and Starfleet Marine Corps. Welcome to a Meet the General Staff. At this point, I would like to present the members of the General Staff, starting with the Commandant. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone.
Commandant.
Hello.
Force Com.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Infocom.
Good afternoon.
And Sergeant Major.
Good afternoon.
And actually, if people don't mind, I have a quick person who wants to jump in real quick. I am.
Good evening, Starfleet Marine Corps in the 3rd Brigade. Wanted to come on real quick and say hello and congratulations and wish my best thoughts for the 3rd Brigade and see how everything's going this way.
So does the general staff have any problem with the big boss joining in?
If he's here,
Listen, Ray,
there goes the neighbor.
your birthday present's going to be a box of Rogaine, so be nice.
I don't care. I've been like this for God knows how many years. It don't bother me one bit. Come up
No,
with the
You try to give him Rogaine, I'm going to give you minoxidil for your nether regions.
my nether regions are fine. Thank you very much, Steve.
So now that we've successfully lowered the tone, like good Marine,
Yeah, we got to lower the bar for the CS because he's nobody no more. It's okay.
All right.
You can have a bar.
All right. So, Commandant, it's your show as far as I'm concerned.
All righty. Just a quick announcement that Ed touched on at the end of his meeting at the muster. Yes, the international muster will be happening August 1st. It will be at 4 p.m. EDT time. All right, Tom, you heard that? EDT. Right? And which is 3 p.m. your time over there in Texas. I'm not going to go too much into it because I want to make you guys go to the international muster. So that'll be happening. We're doing it through Zoom. I'm still working the details about that, how to do, because it's with the IC committee. So we're working with them, how to do everything. How do we get the ball running? And then we'll be sending out links to that whole process right before everything starts. And we will be taking attendance. There is a way apparently of how to do it. So if you attend, you will be credited, and we will, you will be credited for the international muster ribbon. So if you're able to attend for the hour and a half that we have slotted, that'll be great. So one other thing I want to bring up is we got all the nominations in. And for the awards, we got plenty of people put in stuff. So the general staff and I will be reviewing everything here in the next couple of days, and we will be voting on them. And so that way everything is prepared just for the muster, and we'll go from there. Thank you for everyone who put in. That's the good stuff. That's a good thing. So right now, I think that's what I got to say, because what I'm really going to talk mostly is during the IM. So I want to make sure you guys attend that one. So real quick, let me go down the list of who's going to talk next. Hopefully everybody's prepared on the GS. Knowing us, no, we're not prepared. But anyway, Brian Allen, our Depdont, if you have a few minutes, and everyone please pay attention to his uniform, please.
Hey, Dogs of War, how you doing today? Thanks. Hang on a second, let me turn this down. Got to turn down my speaker. Just want to thank the Commandant for giving me this chance to talk about things that are going on in my office. One of the first things that you'll notice is I'm wearing a Picard 2399 style uniform. Just over the last week or so, the GS and I have been talking over the proposal about bringing in the Picard 2399 uniform to the official list and uniform guideline manual for the SFMC. What we decided on is, drum roll if you will, anybody? I kind of hear it. Okay. We are going to go with all Marines in the SFMC will wear the yellow Operation Division color, except for our medical folks. Our medical folks are going to wear blue, and there's a couple of reasons for this. If you watch Picard, you can, and any other Trek series, you'll see that operations department, for the most part, wears yellow. And operations and support type branches are wearing either the mustard yellow or this school bus yellow.
Canary yellow. I think that's
For
the
divisional color. So what we decided to do is the Marines are pretty much an operational department of Starfleet. So we are going to go with all MOSs minus medical wearing yellow. And as you can see, right now this is the basic standard, wearing a comm badge, your branch badge, and your rank in accordance with what we see in the series. I'll be making that official announcement tonight over Facebook, and I'll also put that over the listserv so that all Marines from high to low will be aware of the change, or the addition rather, of this uniform. One thing I want to do and is if there are any other brigades watching, please let your folks know that this is coming out. I'll also put out a new uniform guideline manual, and I will send out to as many people as I can through ForceCom an actual standard sheet. That way you can have it in hand, you can disperse that down to your folks, and believe me, Tom is going to put a foot, your 6 point of contact, to make sure that gets disseminated down to the lowest level. One more project that I'm working on right now is embroidered patches for BDU uniforms for our Class D duty field uniform and tactical uniforms. Other than that, I'm going to hand the ball back over to the Commandant and subject to any questions that may come up.
Thank you, Brian. Not sure if there is any. I'm not seeing it here. I'm following it along in another screen, the chat. So, 15th Brigade will be preparing for this new uniform guideline. Excellent. Yep.
Yellow canary.
Yellow. Yeah. That's what it looks like. Trust me, I have to order paper like that.
Yeah.
So, any questions on that right now?
I've got one for Brian.
Go ahead.
All right. All right. So since we don't have anything at this moment, please be prepared, like Brian said, for the official announcement this evening. So look out for that. You'll probably get more information there. And next on the list I have here is ForceCom. Tom, you ready?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Thanks for giving me the time to talk to you today. I appreciate you taking the time out of your virtual muster and summit weekend. It's very much appreciated. I would like to comment, of course, Forces Command, a couple of the things that I think everybody knows about Forces Command as far as what the department is for. We handle your reporting, take care of getting awards issues, that sort of thing. A couple items I want to hit on. There have been a number of reporting issues, but I'm happy to say that it looks like by and large, the brigade commanders are getting on top of those, and reporting by units these days seems to be better overall than it has been. One of the things that we did to simplify that and encourage the reporting of actual activity, which is ultimately really what we want to see, was that the General Staff authorized only requiring full rosters to be reported once a year at the report in December. So that's greatly streamlined the process for the units, battalions, brigades, all the way up to Forces Command. It's made life a lot easier, and that way we can spend our time keeping track of what your units are actually doing, as opposed to whether or not you can read from the database. So that's good. Speaking of awards, of course, this is the season for those types of things, as the Commandant already commented on. The General Staff is going to be working very shortly on making the selections for the honor awards, or a number of other awards that have to go through the General Staff to be addressed on an annual basis. That does mean there is a very high volume of awards coming through ForceCom right now. Please be patient, but also make sure, like I believe Ed commented at the end of the muster that, just double check, make sure we got it. There have been some email issues that have happened where you send things off and they disappear into the great unknown void of the internet. So, yes, and the names of people doing things, so that way you know what's going on. Thank you, unnamed Facebook user from the deep of the internet for that. There will be a number of positions. I'm working with the HR department right now on getting some positions posted. At the moment, the ForceCom staff is yours truly, but there will be some positions being posted to make ForceCom function more smoothly. Many hands make light work. So, in particular, if you are interested in working with the organization at a higher level, keep an eye out for those. I'll make sure to post once those are posted by HR. And this would be a good opportunity to get your feet wet, working with the Corps outside of the brigade or unit level. So, let me see if there are any questions. I'll keep an eye on the chat just in case something comes up. But in general, I'm going to hand things back to you, sir.
Thank you, Tom. All righty. So everybody heard what he's got to say. So cool. All right. Next on the list is Infocom himself, Mark Anderson.
Hey, how's everybody doing out there? As going back to awards, as they were touching on earlier, this department, Infocom, I approve the Communication Service Awards. I get those infrequently. If you know a Marine that's working on newsletters, websites, or anything like that, please submit their name and their work so we can. And this is not just for the international muster. This can be done at any time, so we can recognize the work that they're doing. Also, we'll have some positions posted as well. They were posted before and they got taken down somehow or another, so I'll be getting with the HR department to get those positions relisted. Right now, I do have a DCO. He just came on board, getting up to speed on everything. Email issues and reporting. I think I've got the email issues on the reporting forms knocked out, but a lot of the forwards directly are not working. I know Starfleet is looking at possibly the computer operations on moving some of the web hosting and different things, but I'm not sure all the plans yet, but hopefully that will relieve our problems with email deliveries. But if you send an email and you're not sure, also follow up on it as you see fit, or in 24 hours. Another thing, promotion. If your name is listed on the SFMC website and you get promoted and nobody tells you get promoted, I have no idea that you got promoted, and your promotion, your rank will not get updated unless I find out somehow. So if you happen to be looking through the website, you go, oh, I was promoted 2 months ago. My new rank's not on here. Shoot me an email. I'll get it updated within 24 hours, usually, unless I cut my finger open again and have to go get it sewn up. But so anyway, and so just keep me posted. If you see any problems on the website, let me know. If you do have any email issues or anything, let me know. I'll try to track everything down and keep it gears oiled as much as possible. And again, as I always say in my reports when I send them out, if you got issues, send me an email. I'll try to get it addressed as soon as possible. And of course, if you got any questions, let me know. That's about all I have for right now.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you. All right. Next on the list, if he has anything available, is the Sergeant Major, Steve.
Greetings. So we wrapped up the blood donation. We had 13 donations, and 3rd Brigade counted for 3 of them. So congratulations on that. Also, come December, we're going to be focusing on Toys for Tots. If there isn't a Toys for Tots local for you, I'm sure somewhere there's a charitable organization doing Toys for Tots, or doing some kind of toy donation and distribution locally. I know the Salvation Army does some here locally in San Antonio. We also have the Alpha Louise Project, which I believe we would give credit for supporting Toys for Tots, for supporting similar organizations that are supporting giving underprivileged kids a pleasant Christmas season with the gift of toys and spreading joy. Also, in between from now until then, I would encourage people that the food uncertainty is getting more and more common as the COVID crisis continues. So when people, the more people that are food insecure, I would encourage people to support local food banks and pantries during this time frame to support that community service projects that we do. Any questions for me?
Yeah, I think there's a couple of questions down there, Steve, about repeating it or restarting the blood drive.
I think we can have that discussion.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
All right, we got go ahead, Steve. Sorry,
I'm setting a fashion
Well,
trend.
this is something that I would definitely. It's beyond my decision level, but I would support that.
Thank you, Steve. If you notice, Traycom is not here. He is still at work, unfortunately. So he sends his best. If you do have any questions, you can reach out to him. He'll reply. He does reply in a steady pace. So give him at least 24, 48 hours to reply back to you. If you have questions for Traycom, he is adding more and more people daily or weekly to the staff. So expect changes coming up in announcements. All righty. That's it for the staff right now. I know the CS is here, so if he has any comments before we go into the actual Q&A. You have anything, Steve, please? You're muted.
Hey, it's been a long night. I apologize. I had to actually have my producer call me and wake me up and say, hey, don't forget you got Region 3 today. So I wanted to call and let everybody know we do have a new HR director. It's Lauren White from the USS Haven in Region 2. She's already getting on the ball and getting stuff out. Keep up the good work. Bear with us. We're still trying to get stuff fixed and get changes, but it's going to get better. So I actually have to head over to the International AMA, but I wanted to stop by here real quick with the Marines and say, good work on everything, and you guys try to keep everything up to great, and don't give Ray any more gray hair if you don't have to.
And remind us we work for you.
You guys work for James Herring, and the James Herring works for me. That's how it goes. All right, guys. Thank you all for having me on here real quick. I just wanted to stop in and say, hello and make sure everything's going good. So everybody have a great day and Semper Fidelis.
Have a good.
All right. Thank you, Steve, for this nice I see in the chat food pantries from Donna Roselli. Yeah, food pantries are regular. How do you want them recorded by weight? That's something that Steve and the rest of the GS is going to have to figure it out. Once we get all the details in place, we'll go ahead and make an official announcement and how everything will be set up. But the food pantry idea was just brought up recently, and so once we get how do we do that, we'll figure it out. And as for the blood drive question, yeah, we can definitely see about bringing that back up again. Again, we'll look for the time schedule, how long and everything else is going to be. All right. And there's another question here. Is the gold uniform blouse going to be the final uniform, or will there be gray shoulder option in the future? Brian?
Yeah, all right. I was hoping that would come up. Here's the deal on the gray shoulders. When we discussed the proposal amongst ourselves in the GS, one of the things that we have to do when it comes to a new uniform is ensure availability to everybody. Now, we've been talking to manufacturers and vendors. We do have a vendor that's willing to make a gray-shouldered Picard 2399 shirt with or without deltas on the shirt yoke. Thing about that is we have to order 20 initially. We have to have 20 people that are willing to buy them at about $44 a piece plus shipping. Problem is, after that initial push, let's say we do get 20 people, are we going to be able to support that vendor after that? And in my personal opinion, I don't think we're going to be able to, which then would limit or take away the ability for people to buy a gray shouldered shirt. So instead, what we decided to do was to go with the canary or school bus yellow shirt in order to make it available for everybody. A secondary effect of that is it brings us more back online with fleet. One of the chief complaints from a lot of folks in SFI is that we're always out on the fringe doing our own thing. And this will allow us to kind of come back to the fold and really identify with fleet again as a department. So is it the final answer? Yeah, it's going to be the final answer. I don't think we're going to go to a gray shoulder in the future.
Thank you,
Does that
Brian.
make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Trust
Because
me.
I'm going off script here. I don't have anything written down, so it's just coming out of back of the head.
So, we have been going back and forth about this discussion for about almost 3 weeks now, going back and forth. So this is not a quick answer. It's just we have been having these discussions back and forth about 3 weeks, trying to make sure we do the right thing for everybody. So it's not, you got to remember that.
And one thing is, this is only the first season of Picard. Next season, it can all change again. They have a tendency to do a whole new uniform, whole new rank system. So, for right now, it's that.
Yeah. One thing I noticed, there was a question about command staffs wearing the flag red color. Reservists in the SFMC don't necessarily wear Marine uniforms. They wear the fleet uniform. The only thing that makes them stand out is they put the Marine badges on their uniforms. So let's say you're a reservist and you're on a command staff of a ship. Well, of course, you wear your command staff color, flag red. But if you're a Marine, I would say wear your Marine school bus yellow. I'm sorry, it's school bus yellow.
They call it gold, but yeah, it's what he said, school bus yellow, and it is.
School bus yellow. Oh, you know us Marines, we never like our uniforms.
Yeah, can't make everybody happy. All right, is there any more questions up there for you guys have? Going once, going twice. Anybody else?
I would just like to comment actually to the OIC of the 15th, who I've seen a couple of comments from both in chat as well as privately to me. Yes, I did see the duty uniform comment, Paul. Just throwing it out there, I saw it. And yes, I'm laughing. So there you go.
What about 2385? Too many uniforms. Too many uniforms. We're trying to keep it simple. You know the term KISS. All right, we're trying to keep it that way.
And the bottom line is, folks, if you got it, wear it. If it's similar to any other official uniforms, just try to wear your pins accordingly.
Yeah.
You know, if we're at a official function, let's say one of these days we actually get back together and have a real IC, you know, and you show up to the international muster and the uniform's supposed to be a duty uniform, try to do your best. You know, we can't mandate that everybody, you know, goes out and spends the money on the proper shirt. We just ask that we try to get standardized, and that's the biggest thing. Have fun.
There was a question on here, 2 questions. Wouldn't the undershirt color match the MOS? Brian, you want to bring that shirt topic, undershirt one, or not? Or you want to leave that for IM? Let's leave it for IM.
Yeah, we'll leave it for IM.
All right. Just who was that one? Daniel was the one who Daniel Joseph. Just join the IM. That'll answer your question.
Yeah.
And Elizabeth again about the next gen dress tops. We're not changing that. We're keeping it. Just follow the uniform. We just added one uniform. The only uniform we're taking out is the salt and peppers starting January 1st of 2021. That one we are discontinuing no matter what. So if you have it, use it until the end of the year. But then starting January 1st, it's not recommended to wear it because we will not be authorizing the wearing of it. All right. So start looking into the manual, getting these other ones. That's another thing. We're trying to bring us up to the Trek universe a little bit better, more. All right. Let's see here.
A lot of good questions coming up about uniform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One core, one uniform. All right. Yes. How about a nice polo in dark gray?
Yeah, that's something we've talked about.
Yeah, that's something we've discussed. Mostly that would be like in unit level. If I remember, that's one of the things. If you can't afford a uniform with all that stuff, a simple polo, dark colored polo. I believe we were going with the black ones. So that could be like a unit level uniform, but that's up to you. Get rid of the BDU. Well, that's a little thing that it's cost effectiveness, but if you notice, some of the uniforms we're doing now cost almost the same as the BDU. I'm actually wearing a BDU right now because that was the first uniform I grabbed out of the closet that had all my stuff on there. So I'm still using it. But right now we're going to be. Oh, it says no, do not get rid of the BDU. Yeah, where it's, again, but we're giving more options. We're trying to get into the Trekkers universe. I won't be getting rid of it. Maybe the next Commandant in the future may not. I don't know. But we had to do with the salt and peppers. It was a call I had to make, which we needed to make, because if anybody sees, it's almost identical to the U.S. Army Class C uniforms, and we need to differentiate from there. We didn't want to get any trouble.
Ray, if I could just make a comment about the BDUs, and that comment would be that in particular with that uniform, and there was a similar caveat with the salt and pepper, but the caveat with that uniform is that if you're going to use it, please use it appropriately. There are guidelines as to when it is and it's not appropriate to use the BDU, and that's all I'm going to say about the BDU is please make sure that you're looking at that you're using it appropriately when you do use it, because if you like the BDU, use it appropriately, and we can keep it. That's my feeling on it.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. I don't think so.
So there's another question up there about the yellow department color. The only thing that we've done is we've added a uniform, and that will be the Picard 2399. All other uniforms that are in the guideline are going to stay the same. TNGs will still be the black shoulders and gray yoke, or black yoke and gray body of the shirt. We haven't added a Voyager variant yet. I don't know how that would play out.
But wasn't that like DS9 for a little while, and then they switched over? If I remember carefully. So yeah, let's not overload the uniform manual. Let's say that I'm all for keeping it, enough as it is. Not too many differentiate.
There was
Hilton Canary.
There was a question earlier. Somebody said something about the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps rank. It was way up.
Yeah, I see it. I'm bringing it up. Hold on. It was Antonio who brought that up. I'm trying to find it.
While you're finding that, I'll make a comment. When we were a couple years ago, when we were going over new insignia, one of the things that was suggested was that instead of the diamond pen, there was a small anchor pen that was to be produced to go along with the sergeant major rank, but there was only one sergeant major that would wear the thing, so it wasn't fiscally smart just to produce 100 of those pens for one person. So that could be an option that we could look at. I think the stripes are big enough. I think I have a set here somewhere. I got my Barney bag over here. If anybody knows who Barney is, big purple dinosaur. So yeah, we got NCO stripes. I think they're probably big enough, but I think the collar device, the collar brasses, might be a little too large. So it was considered at one time. Matter of fact, here's one of the stars. I think that's what we used for the sergeant's major, was the stars in the center, right? I know I'm supposed to know it all, but it's been a long first week at work, so anything kind of went out the window. I think the star was supposed to go in the center. And another thing that came up was that the sergeant major is a position and not necessarily a rank. And I know that at one point in time, I'm getting peeked in on. At one point in time, we did talk about having a separate rank for it, and then I think we decided just to use a position and not necessarily a rank. I'm done rambling. Anybody else?
All right, in the new uniform, the rank will be breast located. No, it will be over over the right chest, right? If I remember.
Yeah, just like in the show.
Yep.
Just like in the show. Now there is some talk about, can we wear qualifications on it? What we're trying to do is not overload the duty uniform. None of the other duty uniforms have qualification badges on them, so I think what we're going to do is try to save qualification badges and all that really cool, high-speed swag for the dress uniforms.
Anyone else? Any other questions? Going once? Going twice? I think we should be all right. If you have any more questions, just save them over for the international muster, hopefully. Well, I'm going to set aside about 10, 15 minutes for a Q&A section during that time. So, and then that'll probably be the end of the muster at that time. So we'll go from there. But I believe if nothing else, I think we should be okay. I really appreciate the time here. One thing I forgot to say is congrats to all the winners this weekend. Congrats. You guys did great jobs. And thank you for the GS members here who was able to attend. Appreciate it. We almost had everybody. That's incredible. So It's a good thing, and I think believe Ed is still out there. So if he can, I think we're done.
Yeah. All right. I appreciate all you gentlemen being able to take time out of your busy schedules. Let me take the little logo off Ray's face.
Thank you.
I hope other brigades take the opportunity to reach out to your general staff and learn more about what's going on in the Corps. That's about all. I can't thank you guys enough.
Yep.
Yeah, Motley Crew, that's right.
Yeah.
Don't you know it?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, if we weren't Motley, we would be doing this.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm extra motley today because some of your folks had kept me up until after 03:30 this morning, talking after dress mess last night. So it was, I'm a little groggy today. I got to be honest.
Yeah, the grog will do that to you.
It will.
So
So, all right, it looks like we got one last question coming in here regarding the female dress mess.
black dress mess top. I feel like the bling needs to be one button lower. Well, that's something to look into.
Yeah.
We'll look into it.
Oh, and we lost a deputy on, so
He probably quit. He ran.
the puppies probably want to go for a walk.
Yeah, those little puppies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a look into it. I'll bring it up to the Depton since that uniforms are under his purview. So we'll go from there. All righty. Again, thank you. You guys have a great rest of the weekend. Tom, you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I'm great.
All right.
My favorite troublemaker again.
All right.
Yep.
Well, and we'll see all you gentlemen on the 1st.
Sounds
All
good.
right. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you
Good
for
to see
coming.
you. Take care.